Hello, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining
Hello.
us again. Hi, Terence. Hi, Joe.
Hi,
Yes.
Kevin. Hi, Joe.
Hi,
Thank you,
Kevin.
everyone. I hope that everyone is well fed. You all had your dinner already, and then now resting and tuning into our session. Thank you very much. Today we have a very special topic to talk about. But before we go into that, I would like to wish all our Muslim friends selamat
Selamat
selamat Hari
Hari
Raya.
Raya.
Thank you so much. Yes, and I hope some of our Muslim friends are tuning in for this evening's topic. Okay. Do you think we should wait a little while for some of our viewers to come in? Give them some time before
Sure.
we start.
How many viewers now? Let's see. Let's check today.
See.
Okay.
Wow, is it increasing? 5.
We have 5. Yeah. We have 5 viewers.
Okay, maybe we conclude about last week. What we talked, those people can take a look about our last Facebook live.
Yeah. Joe, want to conclude or not? Want to touch a little bit? Like, what's the link?
Yeah.
We have a link today. There's a link today.
Okay, I think our last topic is actually about if let's say you want to know about Subsale, once you bought a house already, after that what you need to do and what you need to prepare. So you can refer to our last Facebook live. So we talk about that, how we work it on, and there are some pointers over there also. You can download and calculate. If let's say you are going to buy a house, you need to know how many budget. We have file there. You can click a link, then you can download also.
Okay. We have a few people joining us. Okay, let me see who they are.
We have Andra. Hello, Andra.
Yes, we have an Andrea. Yes.
Hello,
Email, thank you for
Andrea.
supporting. Okay, anybody else? Actually, we have got 9 viewers, but I
Yep.
don't see who
I
are
think
they.
soon will be more.
We
So
have
who want
9.
to see here? I think you make a comment because we can't see your face.
Yeah, just if throughout the presentation, or we're going to share some property insights again for our weekly Wednesday session. So for those who are interested to probably pop us some questions throughout, feel free just to drop your messages on the comment column, and then perhaps answer your question. Our presenter for today will be Terence Chew, and then also our guest will be our group leader, Joe Liu.
Hello. Thanks,
Hello.
Kevin, for sharing. Thanks for the prompt introduction. Shall we move on to the topic?
Okay.
Yeah.
We have 12. We have 12 viewers already. We have 12
Yep,
viewers.
yep,
Okay.
yep, yep, yep.
Okay. Yeah, we are increasing in viewers already. So without further ado, I'd like to pass the stage to Terence, which topic for today is a little bit interesting, especially for those first home buyers or either investors thinking of whether you want to invest in a new project or either a subsale. So today, this is how we're going to share some insights on how you choose between project and subsales. Okay, over to you now, Terence. You can take the stage now.
Thank you, Kevin. Welcome back to our session again. It's a new week and excited to share with you guys about this topic. Let me share the screen. I just prepared. Okay, so today's topic, as you has been seen in the poster, is the sub-sales or new projects. So let me do a disclaimer first. All right. At the end of my session, I don't wish to have anyone to be pro against one side and then criticize another, because the whole point, the whole idea here is to find out what you really need and what you really want. Believe me, every product have its own buyer, have its own target market. So it's just sharing to let you see the bigger picture and see what's really fits to you, which is more important. There's no right and wrong. It's you. Okay. So disclaimer, please take note. All right, let's move on. So let me do some introductions. What is subsales and new project? These are the terms that are what we agents has been used most of the time. Subsales are pre-owned properties. All right, you purchase from an owner, so it's a secondary market which already exists, or somebody has used it for quite some time. Then they want to decide to sell it away and sell it too. So you buy from individuals or companies from a owner. In the other hand, new projects, yes, the name itself speak it. It's a new development, and you purchase from developer. So developer basically a company that buys a piece of empty land, and rebuilds everything and start again by their own marketing, by their own, have all the professionals that help them. So it's depends on what you like and what suits you the best and what you're looking for. It's way more important. So any questions on this or not, guys? You got any questions on do you understand the subsales and between the new projects? No questions, right, Kevin?
Is there any
Joe?
question on the floor?
Subsales and new projects. All right. So I want to ask the floor before I proceed. What do you think of subsales and new project? How do you see it? What's the difference? I want to see from the audience first. Can I go through the comments and see? Let me see.
Yeah.
Hugh is
okay.
Hugh is
Hugh,
with us.
thank you for joining us. Yes.
Yeah,
Thank
today-
you, Daphne. Thanks, Wallace. Welcome.
Okay, I
Thank you.
see. I see. If there's no question, then I proceed. Let me
Yeah.
proceed. Okay. So let me say talks about the new projects. What is the pros about it? So number one, low entry. What does it mean by low entry? Because you'll be seeing and bombarded by all the ads in Facebook, a lot of new projects giving attractive rebates and discount to all the buyers. You know, you can't even some even just paying a 1,000 booking fees and you can lock the unit. So it's very different from sub-sales, which I'm gonna talk later. And rebates, the cashback. So you get a cashback and also do some rolling once you got your weekend possessions. That's so much way more benefits. No need for negotiation. Yeah. It's something like you go to the shopping mall or go to McDonald's. You don't negotiate for the price, right? You don't negotiate it. Is there. The price is fixed and you buy as what is given and accept it. Or either you accept it as a matter of facts that it is worth to buy or not worth to buy. Okay, so waive of fees. Yeah, this is a lot of hassles and challenges by a lot of buyers that they don't realize they need to fork up so much money. Right? Joe shared it on last week. Joe shared it on last week. If you missed out that video, please go to watch the last week video. As Joe shared about what are the costs need to be prepared and need to be paid off. All right. So pick your own unit. Yes. You just sitting on the comfort of the showroom, just like number 6. You sit at the comfort of the showroom and just pick your own unit. You don't have to walk around. And it's so comfortable. It's air conditioner. It's everything is well prepared. It's very comfortable, right? Not like you go in sub-sales, you need to walk under the sun, go and travel around. You seeing this unit and go in the other unit. And time buffer. All right. So because they need a few years to complete the properties, so you can utilize the time to actually prepare your cash flow. So it's very suitable for first-time home buyer. So I talked about pros. Then what are the cons about it? Because everything is good and bad. Okay, the cons is showroom can be deceiving, guys. This true my well. Sorry to say, through my experience of my experience of selling projects. Whatever you see in the showroom, until the day you get a key and walk inside, it's kind of very different.
The feel is
And
different. Is that what you
yes,
mean?
Feeling
yes,
is different.
yes,
Yeah,
it depends. It depends. But most of the time that I see is that way. It's very appetizing when you go in the showroom. It's like amazing that you want to buy. But when you get a key, remember that it's about only 4 walls, and most of the time is not furnished at all. So be prepared. Okay, might take 2 to 3 years to complete. So if you're urgent to move in immediately, then this is not for you. In the meantime, you have to serve the interest. Okay, so I say already 2 to 4 years you need to have a buffer, but at the same time you need to pay interest. Right? So you need to pay interest. This is extra that you need to pay the bank. Right? But just a little bit. Most of my clients can cope with it. Right? Unknown risk. Why I say unknown risk? Okay. Unknown risk, I want to touch link it with unknown risk and number 6, future promise. Number 6. So number 4 and number 6 is actually linked to each other. Why? Unknown risk, as in they will say in future development, this will have government have a plan, a new railway, a new transport system. This might be like malls that has been building up. There's an alfresco park at the site, something like desa city. Okay, so all these a lot of selling points are given to you, but all these are not existed in front of you. It's not physically existed. It's just promising. You see, they might say a lot of things, but we also must understand that whatever they promise, they also can be change of plan. Right now, guys. There's a possibility of change of plan. So number 5 is all the discounts and rebate are from your money. I'm so sorry to tell you that developer make money, but they don't fork up their own money. It's just they mark up the price and just deduct from there 10%, or all the costs that you've been covered off is they mark up the price. Okay. Number 7, too much supply at a time. What do I mean by that is that the vacant possession, which means the time that you collect the key, is same period of time with all your neighbors on that residential. Correct or not, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. So when you hold a key, too much supply at the same time, what will affect is if you want to generate cash flow immediately, then you will have a little bit challenge. Why? Because there's so much competition out there. Unless the property you buy, most of them are for on use. But whether you
Yeah.
want
Yes,
whether
you're
yep,
right. You're right.
yeah. So it depends. You really want to own stay. If you're own stay, then it's good for you. But if you want to turn it as a rent and get a cash flow, then you might be prepared. Might take a longer time. Whether your cash flow is able to buffer, that is
Yeah.
also a consideration you need to think about. Yep.
Because it's
Yep.
oversupply, a sudden
Mm.
oversupply over that project itself.
Correct.
So
Correct.
you have to wait a little while before
Yep.
you'll be able to rent it out, or probably to turn it to flip it.
Yeah. I also heard that because last time I remember I when the handover keys I saw a lot of people queue up to move their furniture in their house, at the ground floor.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, it could, because everybody bombarded at the same time and just go into the narrow gate. Then yeah, projects. This is any questions so far?
Yeah, let's see what is the
Sub
question.
sales need to pay by
Right.
mic. Sub sales need to pay legal fees. Yes, that's what I'm gonna say later.
Yes. Yes.
I'm talking about
Okay.
project.
Yeah. We'll get there, Mike. You hang
Hey,
on
I
there.
saw my
We'll get
friend
there.
Hey,
Ah.
I saw my friend Maran.
Oh,
Hey.
Mr.
Hello.
Teo
Okay.
Maran. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome. Glad that you watch us.
Yeah. Thanks. Welcome to our session, our weekly Wednesday session.
I wish that audience can interact with us. It's appreciate if you could interact with us. Yeah, we feel better, especially me when I speak. If you interact with me, then That's a great.
I think
appreciate
I think I have some common question. Not most likely I think the
Mhm.
audience will be very shy now. So I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I help them to ask lah. Okay.
Yeah.
So what if I make a booking already on the unit but I found that can I cancel it this one.
Okay.
Mm,
If you make a booking unit, all right, let's say you already pay the booking fees, right? But I would
yes.
suggest you, I
Yes.
would suggest you before you pay the booking fee, you ask your agent first. All right, whether
Okay.
because it depends on projects. Some projects give you fully refund without question asked. Okay, some
Mm,
they might waive away if you choose to pull back the deal.
Okay.
Some they
okay.
need you to come up with a reject letter from the bank, which means you apply for loan, it's been rejected, then the developer might return fully refund to you. So you must make sure before you pay the booking, you ask the agent first. If one day I change my mind, what happened to my booking fees?
Is
All right.
Terence, I'd like you
Yeah.
to ask you a question. Is there a standard on how many reject letter from the bank before developer would accept saying that the buyer is unable to obtain a loan for that for the project that he or she purchased?
Your
Is
question
there a
is
standard?
how many people?
No, how many rejection letter? Because you mentioned that you
Yeah.
require some rejection letter from the bank. What would be the standard rejection? Like how many rejection letter from the bank
I
that
think
the
it's just all you need is just one. When you got a reject letter from a bank, then you can present it to the developer.
okay
Because
standard is one,
mm,
or it
if
could be
you
more
if you
than that.
try if you try, I think one really the developer might give your excuse. Yeah.
But I
For
think
you
just now Terence also mentioned if let's say we I heard what he said if I say I want to cancel, I need to check back with my agents because he just also
Mm,
mentioned how many developers will be depends on
depends. It depends on
depends.
developer.
I think
Yeah,
also
I
depends
think
on
I've got an answer from Daphne. I think probably she said that usually it would be two rejection letter from the bank. Yeah,
It still
usually
have
would
to
be two.
depends on the developer. So is the best time is that you
Yeah.
ask the developer first,
agents
because you
also.
Okay.
one rejection letter they might ask you to try another bank, so you try
Okay.
out one or two.
Okay.
It
So
depends on
meaning
developer.
meaning to say that is subject to the different developers'
Yes,
requirements. Okay.
yes,
Mm.
yes.
All right. All right.
Is
Okay.
agent will also, if agent out there they know how to do it, they will actually help you to filter first, or they help to do due diligence checks first.
Okay.
It's better and faster for you to apply loan, whether you are capable or applicable or
Eligible.
not. Yes. So
The
I think
eligibility.
before you pay a booking, you better is to ask your agent first. What is the criteria? That's the best,
Okay.
the
Okay.
safest way. So let me proceed to the next slide. And we have sub-sales. All right. Just now I was talking about projects you buying new. Sub-sales is where you buy from pre-owned property. All right. What's
Okay.
the benefit of getting a pre-owned property? Number one is actual unit is available. So the physical unit is there. So when you go viewing, you go to see it's there. So you can do whatever you have already have in mind, how you want to renovate your property. So number two
Okay.
is ready to move in anytime. No need to wait. So once of course one S&P is signed, everything, you got a key, then you can move in anytime. Safe interest. Safe interest as in you can directly serve your mortgage loan once the S&P
Okay.
is signed. Okay.
All right.
Number four, real time, real value. Later I will touch about this. So that what is also one of the benefit, that the value is real. Later I will touch it. Maybe you're asking what is real time value. So number five is defect on the spot. All right. Anything you see, anything or what you can directly. But new projects you have to wait upon vacant possessions. Then you only can do due diligence on defects. Number six, the fun part. is that you can negotiate. All right. Just now I said the developer one is fixed price, right? Just like you walk into the McDonald's, this is 15 ringgit and 50 cents you have to pay exactly. But on Subsales, you can negotiate with the seller. All right. You can that's where we call ourselves as negotiator. We can help you to negotiate as well. Okay. We have immediate cash flow. Yes, I love this so much. That's the reason for me. I personally, if I'm looking to investment, I need a cash flow fast. I know that this property is run by cash flow basis. Then Subsales is the best choice. So because once you renovate, pop, you directly. By the time, at the same time that you're renovating, it's the time for you to look for tenant. All right. So consult with one of us or any agents that you prefer. Yeah, let them know. Okay, if you are planning to take this property for investment. All right. So these are the benefits of having a Subsales. Do you have anything you want to add on, Joe and Kevin?
Actually, I saw someone who asked a question.
Yes,
It's
yes.
for project one.
Okay.
Mr. Thiru, yes.
I have a question. Client apply new projects condo after that. The loan is rejected. So the client can apply the same condo, same unit again. I've applied new projects condo after the loan is rejected. So the client
Yes.
can apply the same condo, same different banks. I believe
Different
is
banks. Yes.
I think is you're asking is about different banks. Just like you go for bank A, you got rejected. You go for bank B and
Bank
try.
B. Yes.
Yes. It's also good to understand your professional. I think you have to consult your agent to see what is your profession. Maybe you're self-employed or you're salary earner. So different banks have different appetites on loaning out to the buyers. Some banks favor self-employed. Some banks favor salary earners. So it really have to depends and consult your agent is the best. So agent exists for a reason. All right.
I think we have new guests also. Philomena, hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Philomena,
Isabel.
Isabella, Isabel
Hello.
Chai. Hello.
Isabel, hi.
Subsales. Current market value per square feet.
Another question. Subsale we answer later.
Subsales, huh? All right.
Yeah, we'll answer this question later.
Okay.
All right.
No, later lah.
Okay, guys.
Okay, never mind.
anything-
Terence, you can finish your the other
okay.
session of it first before
Can.
we go to those questions that is
Yes,
thrown
let's
to us.
talk.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the cons. All right. The Subsales on cons is if you watch Joe video, Joe sharing last week, then you know a lot. Number one is you need a high down payment. Okay, my down payment is not about 10% only because you need to pay a lot of servicing fees like lawyers, legals, bankers, valuers, all sort of fees, memorandum of transfer, stamp duty, lots and lots more. So number two is that you need to do a lot of travels. All right, you need to travel from one to one to find the best unit that you prefer. All right, you need to go few rounds. Number three, need to do defects and renovation by yourselves. No one gonna help you. You need to do yourself. You have to wrestle with your seller. So the fun part is you can negotiate, but not everybody enjoy it as well. Sometimes you need to wrestle. Depends how you see it. Some people enjoy doing it. Some people don't like it. So fight with other buyer. So unit is limited and is there only for one. And if you love it, chances is also have other buyers that also love it. So you need to have counter offer to see who is the best deal and how you talk to the seller, and you need to fight with it. Okay, so and time consuming. You need to go through a lot. Like number 7, you need to find your own lawyer, your own banker, your own valuable. So all these things you need to do by your own. But in projects, all you need to do is sign a booking, choose your unit, and wait. When it's time, then the agent will call you to come and sign your S&P. Because S&P lawyer, everything has been, someone has prepared for you. But in Subsales, you have to do it yourself. Yeah, that's the fun part, and that's the challenge. Depends on how you see it. Correct or not, Joe and Kevin?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Anything you want to touch up?
I think one of our viewers definitely she actually mentioned the cons of buying a subsale, which perhaps she will want to add on instead of being a question. It says subsale current market value per square feet. New development is you are buying a future value per square feet price. That
Wow,
is the
definitely.
pros and cons. Yeah.
You're very smart. You already exactly you already flip the page that I'm going to talk about, but you already outsmart and one step further ahead. Yes, you are right. Wow, definitely. I think Daphne is a very experienced buyer. May I know, Daphne, how many property you have?
I think that's kind of a personal question, right, Terence, to be asking her life now.
All right.
She's an investor. I think she is an investor already.
Yeah. Maybe we
perhaps
have.
she's a very sound property investor.
Yeah. Maybe we can have a coffee after MCO. All right. All right. Okay. Understood. Didn't ask questions. I'm mentioning the cons of Subsale. I'm mentioning the cons of Subsales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mentioning the cons. Yeah.
Okay. You don't travel for finding a new development projects. Yes, but you can. Okay, projects is like this. Projects you can see comfort in front of your PC or phone, because packaging is just right there, and what is the criteria. When you are when you like it, you just go to a specific showroom. Okay, you might travel, you might pick 2 or 3, yes, but it's still much more comfortable to be in the showroom rather than outside in the hot sun. Correct or not, Kevin and Joe?
In a way, because like for projects, you still need to go to different showroom to actually check out the show unit, so on and so forth. It's also in a way you have to go different location. If that's what she meant by location itself. Even the same goes for Subsale also. You may like a certain project, but you need to go have a look, so on and so forth. Whereas, of course, in a Subsale, when there's a property is ready, you're able to see it for yourself. Different unit type, you have to move to different floors or different block for different unit types. Whereas in the showroom itself, it has the different unit type, the show units there.
Correct.
So you don't have to, move to different floors or different blocks to see. I mean, perhaps that's what she meant. Yeah, I suppose.
Correct, Kevin. I'm totally agree with you. Especially, it's much more beautiful. It's much more comfortable to stay in the showroom.
Yeah, but also on top of that, showroom may not be at the actual site because sometimes it may be away from the actual site itself.
All right. Okay. Then we have Mike Lee. Agent will recommend good lawyer and banker. Yes. If you have your own, which you already follow up quite some time, then you can use, or you can agent introduce to you. Also can. Yep. That's the solution. I can say the con side, but there's a solution you can make, because not say the cons, the pros and cons. The con sides is still right there, because always have a solution for it. I will still drive to the actual site to ensure. Yes, definitely. Based on the questions and your asking, I believe you will do it. Because you are the investor, you want to see the site. Yeah. I myself also, when I pick up a new project, I will also request to go to the site to see through how's the environment like. Yes.
True,
I think if you're a buyer, if you're an investor, it's good to do that.
Okay. Do we have
Okay.
any summary at the end of it? Between the pros and cons of new project and Subsale.
I think I think I
Yeah.
have a question for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know that they have this one also quite a lot of people very shy to ask the question.
Okay.
Okay. Uh,
Yes.
yeah.
Can I?
The
Can I?
question.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Can I put an additional clause such as subject to loan approval if I made the booking on the sub-sales property? Can the booking deposit be refunded?
True. Yeah.
It still depends on the developer practice. Some may allow you to do that.
This I believe
This
is
is a subsidy
on
already.
subsale.
A
Subsale,
sub
Terence.
or
This one,
sub-sales.
yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
this
yes. This one
sorry.
subsale, yes.
Joe, you are much more experienced on sub-sales. What do you think?
Okay.
Can
Yeah.
can I do that?
Yeah. Joe, probably you
I
can take the stage. Yes, go ahead, Joe.
Yeah.
Okay, I can answer on that because I found that because I in this line about 10 years already okay, I think about 5 years ago they don't have this kind of terms, and
This kind
then
of
these terms
clause.
actually recently these 5 years are a lot of people putting in. So I may suggest you can put a subject to loan approval, but you add on a time frame. How many days you need to do to apply the loan. Normally, we advise is about 14 working days.
14 working
And
days.
yes, and with a margin. Okay, how much is the margin? But buyer also need to be very honest. If let's say you have more than 2 or 3 house, you also cannot write margin 90%. Okay,
True. Yeah.
so if let's say your margin you can't achieve it, then yes, if let's say also your loan rejected already, yes, you can ask for refund. You can ask for refund. You put a terms there. That's why you need to talk with your agents. And if let's say you direct to the owner, you can talk with the owner whether I can put these terms or not. So, but bear in mind, you also need to think about owner side because owner is waiting for you for one client.
Yes.
Yes, I understand buyer, I need time, but owner also need to wait for you. Because owner need to wait for you is actually the unit is actually locked by this buyer. Okay?
Yes.
If let's say
Correct.
the other buyer that he cannot take any deposit and cannot sell to the other person. He can only sell to you unless you cancel it or your loan rejected already.
Yes.
You refund already. The deposit must be refund first, then this owner can only sell to the other person.
Okay.
Buyers should have courtesies of others.
You need to work it clearly with your agents.
Okay.
If let's say you want to put this on that, and remind again, put a time frame and your margin. These two very very important because no time frame, no one know the case can be dragged a lot.
Yeah.
And margin is the one important.
Okay.
I pass back to Kevin first.
Okay, so far I think we have spoken on the pros and cons of new project as well as subsale. So perhaps is there some summary that we can actually show the viewers? What are the summaries from the pros and cons that we have spoken so far? Terence?
Yes, but before that, I have something extra wanted to share with.
Okay.
Then if let's say you have something share, I think the audience so many audience here take a lot of takeaways should share more for us. We need to hit some quota, you know.
Or I say that if only I only proceed if the viewer goes to 30, right?
It was already 30. It was 31.
At least in our life, you put a good like. We are very happy already.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Let's proceed. Okay. Shall we? Okay.
Yes. What is it that you want to add on, especially to viewers? Yes.
Just now I said one of the pros on subsales is the value, right? So the value is the property value between subsales and project. So before I proceed, I want to ask our host and guest, Kevin and Joe, how do you determine the property value? The value of the property. Is it worth that kind of money? How do you determine the value? I mean, if a condo in Cheras, people can shout out at 1.5 million, for example. How do you know that? Oh, is it really true that 1.5 million? How?
I think perhaps number one, if it, let's say for subsale, it will be the transacted price around the proximity of the property that you intend to purchase. Yeah, the transacted price. Besides that, also whether it sits on a mature township, which actually property price has already sort of like stabilized in a certain way. Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
think.
So
Joe, what do you think?
Joe, what about
For
Joe?
me, for me, subsale I can tell you subsale just like 海鮮價咯。
天價
The market price I mean the current market is low, then the market price is high. It's actually very dependent for subsale. It's actually immediate on that time. What is that price But for our projects, normally the price actually is slightly higher compared with subsale. Because okay, I understand because developer actually I'm not helping developer to talk because developer they need to put more higher price because they in case for the material or the raw material price increase. So just like I can share one of the news. I think recently there happens that if I'm not mistaken, it's still about one of the raw material is actually price increase short of supply and demand. That's why this is a reason. I think the developer they put the price higher. And yeah, we actually short of human resource to do the construction. This is a thing that they need to consider. That's why property project price is higher compared with subsale.
So Kevin and Joe come with a similarity is that there's a value based on the surrounding, based on the transactions has been going through. Some is let's say Lily Liu say based on the bank value. So the bank will also based on the transacted history to determine what is the value there. Maybe they use the mean. There's a certain calculation from there, and also Florence is the demand. Yes, the demand and supply play a very important role. Valuer is much more accurate, a little bit more accurate compared to the bank. So valuer, you need to pay a little bit of money. Master plan on the land could okay. Market demand too. Yes, demand and supply, because we understand that why property is always increased is that the supply is always limited but the demand is always increasing, so that determines the price of the property. But I want to much more focus this time is where much more specific in okay, the difference between the property value on subsales and projects is this. Okay, subsales is real time real value. What do I mean by real time real value is that
Yeah.
now the value is based on now. The purchasing now. Today is May 11, 2021, and the price is based on May 11, 2021, based on history to determine the price of the value. So it's real time, real value now. But in the other hand, projects is a speculative market. It's unpredictable and uncertain because the physical of the property is not there yet. So the value is, if let's say this property is going to complete in 2024. So how they determine the price is that the value is you're buying based on 2024 price, which means you are purchasing future price. Okay, so far so good. So you're purchasing future price. So subsales is now.
Okay.
The value that's now, but projects is future price, which means it's elevated a little bit compared to now. So this is the difference. But don't get disappointed on project first, because projects is easier entry for a lot of people. Subsales is harder entry, but it's a good investment for cash flow on subsales. So you can tell based on my sharing today is that there's no absolute correct way of purchasing a property. or no products that's absolutely correct. It's based on depends on what fits you the most and what you're looking for. Okay.
Mm.
So yep, this is the value that I want to share. Indeed, yes, Mike said indeed. Correct. All right. Any questions on this or not? The value here. Value. Property value. Joe and Kevin, you got anything you want to add on?
I don't have anything to add on. I saw a comment also.
Where,
Celia,
mm,
where
Where-
and which
reps. Yeah, go on, Joe.
where and which website can we find the average price of the properties for location?
Okay,
Mm.
where and which website can we find the average price? There's one website I cannot recall. It's kind of like the. Yeah, I cannot recall the website.
Plan Plaza, isn't it? Plan Plaza.
What's that called already? I couldn't recall. There's one website that see the surrounding the community around there. Whether it's how is it like based on others people review. Also got. I get back to you on the website. I have to look back first.
Celia, we get back to you later. We will get back a message to you.
Yep. But agents have its own way to know how to find the price. Usually, if you I believe Florence is an agent, right? Yes, Bricks. Yeah, property agent will use property advisor. Yes, Bricks and property advisor is agent have the access to do all the data, the transactions to understand the price. Yes, website can find average price of the property of the location. You also can get to know from the valuer. You also can get to know from your agent. So they will help you to let you know what's the mean price, and they also can provide you a list of data.
Mm.
Yep. So okay. So if you don't have any more questions, let's go on. Hold on, yeah. Okay, the conclusion. Okay, conclusion is when you purchase, you are looking or shopping around. A few things that you have to keep in mind is that you ask yourself how much cash in hand you have. If, for example, your cash in hand is enough to purchase a subsales, by all means go ahead. But if you're still not so urgent, you are living in a comfort from on your family house, just like me now, yeah. But I also but also give some money to my parents, yeah. But if let's say you live in your parents' house, then you can take time to actually looking around. Then you can go for projects, because there's a lot of attractive package to allow you to go tap into the market way more easier for you. And number two is how urgent you need the property. If you need it fast, let's say next month or next 2 to 3 months you getting married and you want to look for a house, then you have to go a subsales. Yep. So I summarize in projects and subsales in a much more easier way is that projects is low entry, less hassle because all the paperwork is done by a developer. There's no need negotiation and anything. You happy with it, you place booking and wait for call you, and you get your key when they begin possessions. ID design provided. Some of the developer provides you some ID, some partially furnished, some fully furnished. Yeah. And subsales, you can move in immediately. Okay. Shorter vacant possession period. You can get a key faster. Price can be negotiated.
Yeah.
You can negotiate the price, bargain a little bit here and there to enjoy the experience. Okay, to some of us, and the cash flow. One more thing is the cash flow gonna be immediate effect. Yes. Yep. Basically, I'm done. I'm done sharing with my session.
True.
I hope that you can gain
Okay.
something from it.
Thank you very much, Terence.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you for your patience for my long-winded sharing.
Sorry, still have anyone have a question over there?
Do you
Thank
need
you
a
so
slide?
much, Terence, for your sharing. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry there's some connectivity issue. If there's any question, you all can feel free to post here on the comments column. Go ahead. You will be free to actually answer your questions. We have Joe, who's actually very experienced group leader, property negotiator in the field already. And then also we do have Terence here. So any further question on this? I'm so
We need
sorry.
to
I
wait.
think there's some connectivity issue on my side. Very, very sorry. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
Any
time to
question?
change telco.
Anybody?
We need to give 2 or 3 minutes because there's a buffer between what we share and effects on the Facebook. If no, we give 30 more seconds. Once it turns to 47, then we come up with the ending. If you can contact us as well.
Okay. So if let's say you have no question, I think our section is actually going to end already. So you can follow our page, Malaysia Real Estate. Okay. If let's say you found that this actually our live is actually very useful, you can share to your friends. So they can save time, save their time, save their effort, also save money. To take a look at our video, so they will know whether they need to go for buy a project or subsale first. So hopefully you can share, get a lot of takeaways today. So we will continue. We have every Wednesday. So currently we will set about 9 p.m. You follow our page. We will have next week our live. So okay, I saw something. Okay. Okay. So our session is end. Okay. So
Thank
see
you.
you all.
Please
Thank
stay
you.
tuned every week for our next session.
Wait.
All right.
I saw Kevin
Wait,
is coming back.
Kevin is back. Wait. Yeah.
Kevin, we are going
I'm
to
so
end
sorry.
right now.
I'm actually experiencing very bad connectivity.
Yeah, everyone is calling.
Really, really do
Hari Raya already.
apologize.
Okay.
It's okay. All right.
So I think we say
Um,
the last word to all the Muslim fans and
friends.
Selamat Hari
Hari
Raya.
Raya. Thank you. Have a nice
Thank you.
weekend.
Bye bye.
Bye.